The INTP shadow functions. INTP opposing role, extroverted thinking. Extroverted thinking arranges and organizes the environment to be efficient and make progress. It uses factual information, values time, deadlines, and order. TJs prefer a methodical and swift approach to achieve their goals, relying on rules or guidelines to maintain a quick pace. As an INTP, you love analyzing and creating mental maps of how things work. Instead of just using a new device, you might be tempted to take it apart, understand it, and rebuild it. You prioritize understanding over quick steps. This can lead to challenges with TJ types who focus more on implementation than understanding. You might feel pressured to analyze less when working with them, thinking, "Why rush me?" or "Why oversimplify?" When with TJs, you may wonder, "Why oppose?" or "Why make things difficult?" You may occasionally encounter extroverted thinking in a disruptive manner. For instance, you might become unexpectedly stubborn about organizing things or insist on a highly systematic approach to procedures. The lack of structure and order around you could frustrate you, yet you may feel it's not worth the effort to fix it. When you sense others imposing rules on you, you might become oppositional or stubborn in response. When you notice yourself being stubborn or defiant, consider asking yourself, "Do I feel rushed? Is there a sense of inefficiency in how things are being managed? Do I sense someone trying to impose their sequence or system on me? Am I not getting enough time to analyze the situation to my satisfaction?" While extroverted thinking isn't your primary preference, you can access it quite easily. However, it doesn't bring the same satisfaction or interest as introverted thinking does for you. You can readily grasp structures, rules, and empirical truths, but your focus tends to be more on your individual principles and a precise understanding. In certain situations, you can be very decisive, prioritizing efficiency over in-depth analysis because it makes sense in that context. INTP critical parent, introverted intuition. NI users, or those with introverted intuition, possess a keen ability to foresee implications, recognize patterns, and predict likely effects. Their focus is on anticipating the unfolding of events and discerning the underlying meanings behind occurrences in their surroundings. This cognitive function allows them to navigate the complexities of life with a forward-thinking perspective. Critical parent introverted intuition can manifest negatively when you're feeling highly irritable, ashamed, or vulnerable. In such moments, this inner voice may criticize and belittle you, casting doubt on your abilities and ambitions. You might hear thoughts like, "You're a failure, how did you not see this coming? Achieving your goals is impossible, you lack focus." Your distractibility will prevent any vision from becoming a reality. As the critical parent operates inwardly, these harsh remarks are often directed at yourself, potentially undermining your ideas or plans. You might also find irritation towards expressions of introverted intuition, dismissing them with statements such as, "Your stubborn focus on the one vision won't lead you anywhere. The patterns you see are meaningless, you're wasting your time. Broaden your perspective, your narrow-mindedness will backfire." In times of perceived attack on your extroverted intuition, your critical parent introverted intuition can turn into a weapon, either against yourself or others. When someone challenges your brainstorming, questions a connection you've made, or critiques one of your theories, you may retaliate using introverted intuition to defend yourself. This might involve presenting patterns, whether accurate or not, to support the viability of your idea. You could also criticize them by highlighting instances where they failed to foresee the consequences of their actions, using it as evidence to persuade them to consider your perspective. Essentially, you employ introverted intuition to protect and justify your extroverted intuition, ideas, and theories. Parent introverted intuition can influence your interactions with intuitive, judging personality types. Since you experience introverted intuition with a critical and limit-setting energy, you may perceive NJs as critical and belittling even when they're not intending to be. When they focus on refining one idea, you might interpret it as them setting limits on your brainstorming. Similarly, if they have a hunch about a future outcome, you might feel that they're being condescending by anticipating it without seeking your input. This dynamic can affect your relationships with NJs, creating misunderstandings based on differing approaches to intuition and judgment. Respecting introverted intuition involves giving weight to its insights, enabling you to anticipate the consequences of your decisions more thoroughly. It encourages a deliberate approach to ideas, emphasizing focus and commitment rather than constantly chasing new and seemingly better possibilities. INTP trickster, extroverted sensation. Extroverted sensation SE excels at observing the current moment, being alert to opportunities, and enjoying spontaneous experiences. SE dominant personality types, ESPs, are adept at staying in the present, reacting quickly to new information or tasks, and navigating the physical environment effectively. Extroverted sensation enhances our senses and embraces tangible reality. It encourages immediate action in the present moment, emphasizing sensory experiences. However, when SE is in the trickster position, as seen in INTPs, they may dismiss spontaneous fun and real-world insights as fraudulent or childish. Trying to engage with the present can feel overwhelming, leading them to debunk SE users with abstract theories to counter what they perceive as nonsense. As extroverted sensation is in your trickster position, you might see others, especially ESP types, as overly enthusiastic about the present moment. Their lively reactions may seem childish to you, given your focus on abstract possibilities and the future. When you need to use extroverted sensation, sensory details can overwhelm you, pulling you out of your inner world. Engaging with the physical world may make you feel awkward, leading you to make fun of yourself, even if you want to dance or play a sport. You may worry about looking comical or messing up, so you avoid trying. If someone presents real-world data to convince you of something, you might use your trickster as a defense, countering with your own facts and creating a lose-lose situation for them. Embracing extroverted sensation enhances relationships with those who value it. You become more attentive, relish life's sensations, and take more physical risks. Expressing yourself physically becomes easier, and you can enjoy experiences fully, even if awkward, without self-consciousness. INTP demon function, introverted feeling. Introverted feeling is a cognitive function that centers on attunement with one's inner values and ethics. It involves evaluating one's emotional states to understand their significance. For individuals with introverted feeling as a dominant or auxiliary function, living in accordance with their ethical code, desires, and emotional needs is a top priority. People with ITP personality types, introverted thinking and perceiving, may find themselves exploring numerous interests without realizing that they haven't achieved what truly matters to them on a personal level. Identifying their values, beliefs, and priorities can be a challenge, and this oversight can lead to significant pain and regret later on. For instance, they might excel in a subject and pursue a college degree in it, only to discover later that they lack a personal passion for it, finding themselves stuck in a career they despise. In moments of intense vulnerability or shame, individuals with ITP personality types may experience a surge of introverted feeling, driving them to align with their personal values. During these times, ITPs may become absorbed in self-reflection, attempting to understand their identity and what holds significance to them. This introspective process can lead to a cycle of critical self-talk and inner turmoil. To cope, ITPs might engage fervently in a cause, whether political, religious, or another form, as a way to connect with their introverted feeling. However, their passionate stance may come across as self-righteous rather than persuasive in their views. When individuals with ITP personalities face attacks or criticism from others, they may employ introverted feeling to counteract. They might highlight moral shortcomings in their attacker, pointing out ethical lapses in judgment. Swiftly identifying flawed priorities in their opponent, they use this insight to dismantle the criticisms they've received, shifting shame and vulnerability onto the other person. Due to the intense and sometimes demonic energy associated with self-righteousness, guilt, and confusion in their experience of introverted feeling, ITPs may unintentionally project this energy onto individuals with feeling-perceiving personality types without recognizing it. At times, individuals with ITP personalities can access their deeply held values through introverted feeling. Recognizing it as a crucial avenue for personal growth allows them to lead more fulfilling lives. They become more adept at aligning their actions with their values, focusing on personal beliefs and goals. In situations of unfair attacks, the protective nature of the demon FI can emerge, shielding them from unwarranted blows to their ego. Additionally, they can build deeper and more empathetic connections with individuals of feeling-perceiving personality types.